Hello, welcome to On Trail. We're in beautiful Peterborough today with Ben from the Peterborough Trail Builders Association. Tell us about the history of the association.
Peterborough Trail Builders Association started, say, about 10 years ago now. And yeah, been building trails in the Peterborough area ever since. We sort of got together as a band of merry men and made ourselves more official, and got the blessing from the Conservation Authority to go in and continue to build trails, which was fantastic of them to do that. And yeah, it's been great ever since.
Do I remember correctly? It's an old ski hill.
Well, it's been a number of things, but yes, it was a ski hill.
I think I read on Trail Forks there's about 50 meters of elevation. Does that sound right to you?
Give or take.
Right.
For a very little amount of elevation change, one of our trails called Uptown is actually 1 kilometer long.
That Uptown is a legit climbing trail.
Sure it is.
It is as good a climbing trail as I've seen anywhere, quite frankly.
That's our original trail. It used to be you would do Kessel, you would do Uptowns at the top, and then you would do them back in reverse.
Okay.
And that was just an out and back at the time. And then we added more trails and we started being able to loop things together. And
very nice.
Yeah, now we have between 15 and 17 kilometers worth of network.
What's the relationship been like with the Conservation Association? Has it been?
It's been amazing. I started building trails in there about 20 years ago, and they were very, very rogue. They were rake and ride trails. There was nothing official, but as me and a friend of mine decided that we would make some trails because nothing else was happening on that property. And we'd gotten a couple of kilometers in of some good, fun mountain bike trails built by mountain bikers for mountain bikers. Somehow the Conservation Authority got wind of it. They found Zach on social media and reached out to him and said, "We think you're one of the guys building trails. We like what you're doing. We'd like to get involved." And you never hear that.
No.
You hear about, like, we hear you're building trails. Don't go back on that property. We're building a fence and you got to stay out. But they offered to build us a parking lot, which they did. They built us a big concrete bunker right next to the parking lot. We keep all of our tools in. The relationship has been strong ever since. And
I think it's probably worth noting some of the nicest bathrooms I've seen on trail side.
That's another thing. The Conservation Authority just built a picnic shelter and two washrooms in there.
I really think facilities is the only way to expand the sport. If you don't have washrooms, if you don't have somewhere to sit, if you don't have a shady spot, you're not going to get parents with their kids coming.
100% agree with you. And it's one of the sort of the long-term plans at Haroldtown is to add things that bring more family members together. It is used right now primarily by mountain bikers, but lots of dog walkers and trail runners are there as well. So it's a great property, and I think the mountain bike trails there are fantastic.
Haroldtown is your main focus right now, but you have spent some time at Ganaraska.
The Peterborough Trail Builders Association did have an agreement with the Ganaraska Forest for a while, but a couple of personnel changes kind of limited our bandwidth, and we just weren't able to commit to both properties. But we're looking at working right now to see if we can reopen that up with some different personnel. But as we sit right now, the Peterborough Trail Builders are only working at the Haroldtown Conservation Area.
How would you describe the trails at Haroldtown?
I alluded to it earlier. It's mountain bike trails built by mountain bikers, using the natural terrain a lot. Not a lot of machine built stuff. We have had some machine in, but most of it is sort of backbreaking sweat equity. Most of it is good, hard, old fashioned trail building, but using the rock features, using some wood where we can and stuff like that. Although I've been riding some of these sections for many years, I'm finding new lines, and things will evolve over time. Somebody here or there will move a rock and that sort of thing, or some erosion will change how the trail rides. But for the most part, it's well-built mountain bike trails for mountain bikers.
What do you have coming up next that people should look forward to?
We are working with the Conservation Authority to get a better array of signage in there. We will be changing some trails to make a trail hub, so you can loop through trails as opposed to having to get on double track.
Where can people find out more?
Peterborough Trail Builders Facebook and Instagram pages. There is also a Haroldtown Mountain Bikers Facebook group that a lot of our content gets posted to.
Thanks very much. Really appreciate you taking
Thank you very much.
the time. Thanks
Cheers.
very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll see you on trail.